Morning, everyone. I'm Storm, and you can too. Welcome to another day in my life. Today is September the 11th, 2022. It's 21 years since, obviously, the 9/11 attacks. We're about 25 minutes away from what would be first impact. And I'm sitting in my car. I just got some donuts from me and Caitlin. I got some chocolate milk waiting for me inside. I'm fresh off of a 10-7 Cyclone victory yesterday, which I attended, and I had a pretty good time with everything yesterday, and I hope today is going to be a very good day of remembrance and recovery. Not that I really need all that much recovery. I drank, but I didn't drink heavily. So anyway, I want to talk a little bit about the game and then today's significance. There's a face staring at me through the window. I'm assuming that must be Finley. Oh, it's Tilly. Hi, Tilly. Okay, let's get down to it. Yesterday was the first time that I've been to Kinnick since 1998. I kept on saying 99, but we won the Cyhawk Trophy in Jack Trice in 1999. In 1998, we had to go to Kinnick to win that game. I am not used to I'm used to seeing Iowa fans. You're always going to see Iowa fans, but I've never been in an environment like that as an adult, except if you want to maybe consider some of the other stadiums that I've attended. I really haven't seen that many outside of Jack Trice. I've been in Neutral Field at Arrowhead, the Alamo Bowl, but most of the time, if the Cyclones are playing football, I'm at Jack Trice. So, anywho, seeing football in somebody else's home is, well, it's eye-opening, that's for sure. I wouldn't say that it was hostile towards me by any stretch of the imagination. I actually genuinely enjoyed my experience with the Iowa fans, despite the fact that my team was playing so poorly. I think we were kind of in the same boat because their team was playing so poorly. It literally felt like a game of tug of war where nobody wanted to pick up the rope. So we tailgated. We had bacon cheeseburgers, which were they were delicious. They were so good. Drank some beers, played bags. I lost several times to a 72-year-old man. Shows you how garbage I really am at sports and why I was never destined to be. You get it. This is me. The old man left his water in my car too. Imagine that. It was Leroy's idea to actually purchase the tickets and go to this game. I'm glad that he dragged me and Mark along. Because quite honestly, the day began just perfect. We met up at his place. I picked them both up. We went to Perkins for breakfast. Had a nice meal to get us going. Coffee, water. Because I'm kind of on a water kick, kind of. When we got there to our tailgate spot, we immediately offloaded. We had the bacon cheeseburgers. We played bags. We had a great conversation with the folks next to us. I turned on some music. We sat and talked. A lot of, the same crap that we do at work was there, the not safe for YouTube, not safe for work language that we still use day in and day out. The walk to the stadium, it wasn't even bad. Like, we parked a pretty fair amount away, and I'm going to sound like an asshole here, but I'm not used to walking that far to go see football. But I didn't mind it. Like, it was kind of nice to see the sights that is the Hawkeye fans in their home, you know? Last year you were in our house, and this year we're in your house, and so yeah. Anywho, Kinnick Stadium it's a pretty nice place. I'm not a huge fan of the way that it's set up, but even our seats, which were what you would probably consider nosebleeders because we were up by the scoreboard, I really didn't think it was a bad seat. I did have a couple of moments with the punts. I thought that the quarterback on their side shanked it, and it turned out to be a 60-yard bomb. So, yeah. I took my beating. I did. I sat there while Hawkeye fans had a lot to celebrate. I celebrated modestly. A lot of horns down. Had to get my horns down because, Texas sucks. But yeah, all in all, it's a game that I'm probably not going to talk about, but an experience that I'm more than willing to share with anyone that wants to know it. The trophy is coming back to Ames, which is nice because we haven't had it in 6 years, but yeah, I digress. Actually, it's been 7 years, but I digress. It was a nice day, and I had a lot of fun. I got home. I got to eat pizza and breadsticks because Caitlin had ordered pizza ranch, and yeah. Anyway, I woke up about 2 hours ago now, and it is September 11th. So this is kind of one of those days that it was a huge deal in the moment, and the years that followed, it was still a big deal. But as we've gotten further away, I feel like a lot of people are considering it to be just another day. Like, they recognize what day it is, and I'm glad that you recognize that today is an important day. But it's we're kind of moving away from the generation of people that really know what that day was like. We're you always ask the question, where were you on when blah 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 happened? And it's well, I was in 3rd grade, and I happened to catch it on the big screen TV before school, and then they kind of filled us in on what was going on. But I was a kid, and when they told me that an airplane had crashed into the World Trade Center, I'm thinking of the principal building in terms of height, because I can't fathom that there are buildings that are taller than the principal building. And when they said airplane, I was thinking like of a single engine Cessna or something like that. I wasn't thinking of a damn airliner full of fuel crashing into these buildings. So, as a kid, I was a little bit on the more mistaken side of what actually was going on. But, now as an adult, I have a lot more respect of the day. Even a couple years later, I have more respect of the day because I understand. I drew pictures to try and honor my understanding of the situation, especially in the years that followed. But more importantly, I got into my head that I wanted to do something important with my life because of what I had witnessed. I saw the tower on fire. I've seen it collapse. I didn't actually watch that on TV. I had to wait until I came home and saw that on the news, but I always will remember the days after the cleanup effort, with the various tractors and the diggers and everything trying to get all the debris, and George W. Bush was there, and of course, who could forget the president of the United States throwing out that pitch, and it was a perfect strike, and then obviously the years that followed after that, uh, rolling into Baghdad, and the night of the missile launches, and the all the vehicles that were sitting ready to move in, and then they did, and now we've got troops over there. We're in a conflict. We can't say war. War on terror is kind of an ambiguous or a broad spectrum. What is terror and what isn't terror? What constitutes as war where it's not declared? But yeah, this was an important day because it did shape what my life would go into. Because 10 years after the conflict, I was an AIT. I had completed basic and I was moved into AIT. So on this day, 11 years ago now, I had woken up in my bunk and wrote a couple of messages, woke up to a world of burning, I tried to flourish, or whatever you want to say. Tried to, I don't even know how to say it. I was trying to make people really understand that I did this. I chose to serve my country because this day meant that much to me. And it did. And it does. It's a little bit of a jackass kind of thing to be that up in your face about. I'm glad I'm off of that pedestal completely, because this day isn't about me, obviously. It's not about the fact that I chose a job, obviously. But, yeah, I mean, the truth of the matter is that this day is an important day and it should be celebrated. And we're closing in now on when the first impact would happen. Just kind of keep that in your thoughts today. Thoughts and prayers. People are still struggling with this thing. Anyway, like I said, I've got donuts and I am pretty tired. I think I've said everything that I need to say, and I told you about how much fun I had in Florida, and now that's time has passed. Told you about my Iowa game experience, and I talked to you about this. But the only thing I have left to say is that I really appreciate the love and support of my family as we get closer and closer to, my baby girl popping here soon. So let's just ride this thing out and see where we wind up. Happy and healthy. All right. Anywho, peace.